My friend, I want you to hear this loud and clear. If you're over 60 and you're not actively protecting your muscles, especially at night, you may be losing them slowly, silently, 1 gram at a time. It's not your fault. Most people were never told the truth. But the truth is this: after the age of 40, our bodies begin a quiet war, a war against muscle loss. You don't feel it at first. There's no alarm, no sudden collapse. It creeps in, softly, steadily, until one day you notice it's harder to get up from the couch. Your legs feel less steady walking up the stairs. You pause before lifting the groceries you used to carry with ease. This is sarcopenia, the gradual, invisible loss of muscle mass that comes with age. And here's what makes it truly dangerous. It doesn't just make you feel weaker. It limits your independence, your balance, your energy. It can take away the simple joys of movement one day at a time. And yet, too many of us write it off as just aging. But what if I told you that you could fight back? What if I told you that every night while you sleep, your body has the chance to either grow weaker or stronger? And that one small intentional habit before bed could tip the scales. Let's talk about what's really going on inside your body. When you're in your 20s or 30s, building muscle is relatively easy. A bit of exercise, some decent food, and your muscles grow back stronger. But in your 60s, your body doesn't work the same way. It requires more precision, more attention to maintain the same strength. That's because of something called anabolic resistance. Your muscles become less responsive to the protein and workouts that used to do the trick. Even worse, one of the most vulnerable times for muscle loss is when you're asleep. Yes, while you sleep peacefully for 7 to 9 hours, your body is in a catabolic state. That means it's breaking down tissue, including muscle, for energy because it hasn't received nutrients for hours. If you go to bed without feeding your muscles, you may wake up weaker than you were the night before. Night after night, year after year, that adds up. But there's hope, because modern science and ancient wisdom offer us a powerful tool: slow digesting protein, specifically casein. Casein is not like whey, which is fast digesting. Casein releases amino acids slowly over several hours, like a drip IV of nutrition while you rest. That steady release helps preserve muscle and can even promote growth while you sleep. One study showed that adults over 60 who took 40 grams of casein before bed increased their overnight muscle protein synthesis. That means they were building muscle while they slept. Think about that. 1 scoop of casein, 1 glass of milk, 1 quiet act of self-care before bed. That's it. Of course, no single act works alone. But this is a powerful place to start, because protecting your muscles is not just about lifting weights or working harder. It's about being smarter. It's about understanding your body's changing needs and responding with care. So tonight, before you climb into bed, ask yourself, have I fed my muscles for the work they'll do while I rest? Because sleep is not just for recovery. It's for repair, for growth, for resilience. And casein, slow digesting, gentle, effective, is one of the best allies you can have in that quiet, invisible war against aging muscle loss. This is your moment to stop the loss, to strengthen the future, to wake up tomorrow not weaker but stronger. If I told you that while you sleep, your body could be silently losing its strength, would you believe me? It doesn't happen overnight, but bit by bit, gram by gram, your muscles are slipping away unless you take action. And scarier still, most of us have no idea it's even happening. Many people over 60 think that fatigue, weakness, or struggling on the stairs is just part of aging. They shrug it off, accept it, but not everything natural is normal. These might be signs of a silent enemy that doctors call sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle. It doesn't crash in like thunder. It sneaks in like a cold night breeze. Silent, gentle, but bone deep. Have you noticed it? Is it harder to get up from a chair lately? Do you walk slower for no reason? Do stairs tire you more than they used to? Even if your weight hasn't changed, don't rush to blame old age. That's your muscle vanishing. And when muscle goes, it sets off a chain reaction. Weakness leads to less movement, and less movement makes you weaker still. It becomes a downward spiral. But you are not powerless. Today's science shows us we can fight muscle loss, even rebuild strength if we know what to do. And surprisingly, it all begins with a simple act before bed: drinking protein. In your 20s or 30s, a little exercise and decent food were enough to maintain muscle. But after 60, your body doesn't respond as easily. This is what scientists call anabolic resistance. Your muscles no longer absorb and rebuild protein as effectively. And here's the little known part. The most dangerous time for muscle loss is while you sleep. During those 7 to 9 hours without food, your body enters a catabolic state, breaking down more than it builds. If you haven't fueled your muscles before sleep, your body starts drawing protein from itself just to keep running. That means you're growing weaker, even while resting. But here's the good news. You don't have to overhaul your life. You just need one small but crucial habit. Drink 30 to 40 grams of casein protein before bed. Unlike whey, a fast-digesting protein, casein is slow digesting. It releases amino acids steadily through the night, like a drip feed. That way, your muscles have a constant supply of building blocks to repair and rebuild while you sleep. A major study on older adults showed that those who drank casein before bed didn't just maintain muscle, they increased overnight protein synthesis. In other words, they were actually building muscle while asleep. Just picture it. 1 glass of milk with casein, 1 scoop of protein powder, 1 tiny habit, but a major turning point in your aging journey. Protecting your muscles takes a full strategy. Here are 3 key principles. Eat enough protein throughout the day. About 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. If you weigh 70 kilograms, around 154 pounds, aim for 110 to 150 grams of protein daily, spread across 3 main meals and 1 small nighttime dose. Do light resistance training. You don't need weights. Simple movements like sit to stand, walking uphill, or lifting light objects are enough. What matters is that your muscles are woken up regularly. Get quality sleep on a consistent schedule. Sleep isn't just rest, it's when your body repairs itself. Don't waste that window by sleeping poorly or going to bed undernourished. Some worry that protein at night might cause weight gain. But here's the truth. Protein is the least likely nutrient to turn into fat. It boosts metabolism, reduces morning hunger, and improves sleep quality. Just imagine getting up without help, lifting your grandchild without straining your back, walking with your spouse without a cane, cooking, driving, strolling, all on your own. That's the life you deserve. And it starts with 1 small step tonight. Age is not your enemy. Weakness is. And weakness can be beaten. You don't have to be an athlete. You just have to refuse to sit back and fade away. When you raise that glass of protein tonight, remember, you're not just feeding muscle. You're protecting your future. That future is full of moments where you can rise, walk, and live with the independence you've earned. You've survived storms, raised a family, carried burdens, recovered from illness, endured loss. That strength made you who you are, and it should never be erased by time. Let every scoop of protein, every small stretch, every mindful meal be your way of saying, I'm still here, I'm still living, strongly, fully, and with purpose. Because you are not done yet. Your story is still being written, and every small action you take today is a giant step into tomorrow.